So Tristan Thompson is officially a Chicago Bull. What does that mean? What will his role be? And is he a good fit? Let's talk about it. I'm Ross. This is Arturis Fan Club. And thank you for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe, hit the like button if you have not already. They help me out a ton. I'm happy to be back making videos again. This is a very exciting time. I appreciate you guys always showing love on Twitter, at Arturis Fan Club on all the platforms. Try to be active on Instagram and TikTok again. I know I'm kind of shaky on that, but Twitter for sure. I catch you guys on there all the time. Appreciate the love. Let's talk about Tristan Thompson. So, as you guys already know, we talked about in my last video, Tristan Thompson is officially a Chicago Bull. He was working out at the Advocate Center. He was there for practice. The Bulls posted a couple photos and videos today. Very cool stuff. We have all been talking about the Bulls' need for backup center help. We've been talking about this since the offseason. This has been a topic for a while now. And, you know, as we already talked about, the Bulls didn't make any moves at the trade deadline. This was, in essence, the move, you know, hitting the buyout market. The Bulls were in on Goran Dragic. I only know how to pronounce it from Stacey King's call. What are you doing, Dragic? What are you doing? Why are you signing with the fucking Brooklyn Nets? Well, fuck them, but whatever. You know, it would have been cool to have some more guard depth and more, you know, veteran leadership. It is what it is. We're going to make do the rest of the season as we go along here. Really, the Nets? Anyway, Tristan Thompson is here to stay. We know that for sure, at least. Bringing in what we needed, right? Size, rebounding, center depth, and a little bit of rim protection, which we'll get into a little bit. Before we get too far into Tristan Thompson, let's talk about Tony Bradley for a minute, who is obviously going to be the one who is most affected by this move. You know, something, I think Billy Donovan has had a great season so far. Just coaching wise, he's gotten so many good minutes out of players that last season weren't in rotations. And, you know, this season, like Ayo Dosunmu as a rookie, like just getting so much good stuff out of players that maybe in the past were not getting anything out of. Guys like Troy Brown Jr., Javonte Green, who have been able to contribute. I digress. One of the puzzling moves to me this season has been the lack of usage for Tony Bradley. And I understand that some fans are frustrated with him. He is not the most skilled player. There are some bad turnovers. I do think he's a bit misunderstood. When he plays to the best of his abilities, obviously, but he plays hard, he plays with good energy, and he protects the rim, which is kind of the only thing that we really ask him to do when he's on the court. You know, I understand that he's been asked to do more this season than we maybe initially expected because of some of the injuries, and that has caused fans to get frustrated with the fact that he can't do more. But, you know, I just want to say thank you to him. I know he's not watching. I know he doesn't give a shit about this video, but I do want to make sure that it's not lost, that he's not some scrub. You know, there are things that guys are good at, and if you ask them to do more than that, you know, you're making a bad decision or you're putting them in an unwinnable position. With Tony Bradley, it was always just kind of like, we know what he's good at. We need more though, and he wasn't able to give us more, which sucks. But I hope whatever ends up happening, you know, I would imagine he's not going to get much playing time from here on out. Obviously, hopefully there's no injuries, knock on wood, praise be. Don't need more injuries, but from here on out, you know, I would imagine he was already not getting a lot of minutes, and it always puzzled me why, because when teams go small against us, we've consistently done really well against them with Tony Bradley out there. It is what it is. Tristan Thompson will come in and most likely get regular backup center minutes, whereas there were games, you know, where you wouldn't see Tony Bradley at all. So I would definitely imagine we'll see plenty of backup center minutes for Tristan Thompson. And you're still giving Vooch 35 plus, Tristan Thompson 12, 15 minutes, whatever works out. And giving you pretty much what Tony Bradley was giving you already. Tristan Thompson is a better roller. He's better at getting to the rim. He's got better hands. There will be moments, I've been watching some of his recent tape, where if he is stuck in the post for too long, can't get position, whatever, the ball most likely will be stolen from him quite a few times, just preparing you in advance. He will get you some blocks at the rim. Not maybe in general, not the player that he was once with the Cavaliers when they were competing for titles every season. Don't have that picture in your mind of Tristan Thompson coming in Even back then, I thought maybe he was a little overrated a little bit. I don't want to shit on the guy, but, coming in, we're not talking about one of the best rim protectors. We're not even talking about a great rim protector necessarily. He struggles with help defense. He struggles moving his feet. Just at his age, not in the prime. Of course, we all understand that. But still, a huge body, a large presence, a large man to have on the team, size, as we all keep talking about. Someone to just get in the way of other people, whether it's on box outs, whether it's on screens, just getting in the way of other people to create opportunities for your teammates is a plus on its own. Like I said, with his ability to get to the rim when he has a full head of steam, hard to stop the guy. So I think he will be very crucial on those screen and rolls that we've seen. Like Ayo Dosunmu is excelling on those. Obviously Lonzo and Caruso, when we get those guys back, he's a lob threat. If you don't put a body on him, he'll make you pay. So definitely a lob threat to watch for. We know this team loves tossing lobs. This team loves dunking the basketball. So that is not going anywhere. More dunks are coming soon. Get hype. And rebounding, like we already talked about, boxing out, getting in the way of other guys, and then, securing the rebound. He'll do that on offense and defense. He is active on the boards, and we're not going to ask him to do much else, right? Like, we're not going to ask him to do much work with any work, really, with the ball in his hands, as opposed to, I don't know. There were some guys being kicked around at the trade deadline that want the ball in their hands. I think you know who I'm talking about. I think Tristan Thompson will be a good backup center option. Don't foresee him playing the 4, really. I know he's done it before in his career, but we're already such a small ball team in general. I just don't see any minutes for him at the 4. Wouldn't really make much sense either. So Billy Donovan might tinker a little bit and try to do the 2 center thing like we did last year with Tice. Not my favorite idea in the world. I really hope we don't go that route. I've been surprised before. I could be totally off on that, but from what I've seen, backup center minutes, I don't see him and Vooch playing together really. And obviously Tony Bradley already not getting so many minutes. I wouldn't see that working either, and you don't really have anyone else on the roster to play center. So most likely he's getting exclusively 5 minutes, and I think that's the perfect role for him, with the Bulls having so many good playmakers, so many good shooters. You really don't need to ask much more from this guy. Perimeter defense is still going to be a struggle. We're still going to probably get burned on pick and rolls. Tristan Thompson is not going to solve that issue, unfortunately. Maybe moves his feet quicker and is more active on defense, just more engaged than Vucevic. But, we're still struggling at the point of attack, fighting through screens as it is, which I don't see Tristan Thompson being the remedy for that necessarily. But, segue, we did get good injury news today from Billy Donovan. This is a tweet from my guy Rob Schaefer over at NBC Sports Chicago. Billy Donovan gave some injury updates today. Lonzo Ball has ramped up his running of late. We saw that video. If you guys haven't seen it, it's circulating on Twitter right now, that Lonzo did with his kid dancing in his apartment or his home. Just looks like he's in good spirits, obviously looks like he's in good shape. So very, very promising news regarding Lonzo Ball, who, if you don't remember, had the knee injury. Alex Caruso, wrist, will be hopefully able to do work with the ball late this week or early next week, which is huge. Once again, we're talking about a wrist injury. He's going to be working with the ball late this week or early next week. That is shooting, dribbling, passing. That is very, very good news. And maybe the best news, Patrick Williams is working with the ball. Once again, wrist. No contact or date to return to practice, yet. So 3 players that we are anticipating hopefully being back before the end of the season. And, once we get these guys back, we're ready to roll, man. Like, we are still one of the top teams in the NBA. We are still playing some good ball. You get back 3 great defenders. It's a wrap, man. That's exactly what we need right now. We need their defense. We got the offense. So all things combined, all things together, looking at the big picture here, we're in a good spot. This is a good spot to be exiting the All-Star break on a Mar DeRozan. Still got the 7-game streak, scoring 35 points or more on 50% or better from the field. So just a ton of good vibes headed into the most important stretch of the season. The Eastern Conference is a bloodbath. Teams are very close in the standings to each other. Every game counts, and we have a lot of big games coming up against teams like the Hawks, the Bucks. We play the Sixers again, like the Heat, like all of these teams that we need to beat. The Hawks. All of these teams that we need to beat to maintain our standing and to potentially improve in the standings and take over the top spot in the East for sole position. Because as much as I try to be friendly with Heat fans, we do just want sole position. Yeah, gonna have to stop with all this tying and all this tiebreaker nonsense mumbo jumbo. We're gonna take back sole position. I think that's the plan here. So. Tristan Thompson, bringing good things to the Bulls, but overall temper your expectations. Don't go into this thinking you're getting prime Tristan Thompson. And I'm not saying that anyone is necessarily, but let's just be fair to the guy. We're bringing him in for specific things, and let's not get mad at him if he's not good at other things. But from what I've seen so far, he should have no problem acclimating. He is doing the things that we need already, and he'll slide right in. Don't make it your mom joke. That's it for me. Still getting back in the groove of things. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to hit like. And if you're not already following me on all the platforms, follow me on all the platforms. I'm tweeting all the time. Lots of good stuff coming out. There's a new article up on bullsdon'tlie.com from my guy, Nick. He did a Tristan Thompson article himself. I would highly encourage you to go read that. That is his thoughts, those are his feelings. You get a different perspective than mine, and he knows more about basketball. He's got actual stats and facts and stuff. I'm just talking about what I saw and what I read. But I appreciate you guys watching as always. Thank you again. We will talk